All right, so Rand just said to stop buying altcoins. So could that indicate that the best moment to buy altcoins is actually right now? Let's take a look at the charts. Are we big capital letters fucked, or is this the greatest opportunity? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But I know how to eventually make a lot of money in crypto. And that's what I want to share today, because the market is now looking weak as fuck. And a lot of people are actually scared right now. And it's funny how the sentiment shifts that fast. Like, wow, Bitcoin made a new high before the halving. And everybody is euphoric. And the cycle is going to top out early because it's going now to 100K. And now we're back in the 50s. And everybody is saying, hey, bull market is over. It's not going to work out anymore. All right. I like the because that's usually a great buying opportunity. Now, I want to be very clear about altcoins. People were doubting, right? The move down, people were doubting the altcoin market. However, now people are actually starting to freak out. And if this move down is going to continue, which from the look of these charts is likely to happen, that's the buying opportunity in all. Like, then all the alarms go off, like, hey guys, now we should strike. The problem is people won't have the money for it by then, and they for sure don't have the balls. Okay, so this video again is all about balls. Now I want to show you why you want to have these balls. So welcome to the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn that bell notification on. This might look like a boring time in crypto, a time where everything is going to shit, while this is exactly the time where you should strike to actually make it in crypto, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, if you look at the last cycle, right? Last cycle, if I remove all the shit from this chart, last cycle is the altcoin market. We had a bottom and we went up pretty hard, right? The altcoin market went up from the bottom until this peak with 350%. It's kind of similar to what we have seen right now, from the bottom to the peak, 411%. So the move is quite similar. However, here everybody was euphoric, and here nobody believed in the crypto market anymore. That feeling was exactly the same. Even worse, because if you look at this, the drawdown was 60%. Right? If you see how far we have gone down so far, 42%. So you can imagine that people, and it moved a lot faster right here up as well, as you can see, than that it did over here. So try to imagine how it felt in this market if you weren't here. Like, everything was going to shit, bear market, bear market, bear market, not coming back. This time is different. Then it went up with 350% in a matter of 5 months. Everybody was euphoric. Everybody missed out on everything, of course, but everybody was euphoric and was for sure buying the top, thanks to certain channels, which start with a C, and then the second word starts with a B. And then we had this insane crash of 60%. Okay, so the fear in the market here was way worse than what it is over here, right? If we would fall 60%, it would bring us back down to this level, which I think is likely, okay? But don't freak out because I say that. Maybe it doesn't happen, and maybe if it's likely, it's actually a good thing. Because who were the winners in this cycle? Were that the people that bought over here and probably panic sold over here, or just bought over here and were diamond hands and hold on and made a 1860%, or were the people that saw the fear and felt like, yo, I've seen this before. Pull off a Warren Buffett, okay? Buy the fear. And these people made a 4600% gain. You see how this move made that big of a difference? It's kind of the same what we are experiencing right now. You can choose to say that this time is again different. I just want to let you know that so far has never worked out for anybody. But you can choose to think that and say like, yeah, well, you know what, this crash, it's different, and it's this time not coming back, and this time the bull market ends 1.5 years early, and this time we don't see an altcoin season, and this time it's like this time. You can choose to do that and sell everything you have right now and move on with your life, or you can say to yourself like, hey, in the short term, it sucks for your current bags. It sucks for my current bags. Believe me, it's fucked up. But overall, this is going to turn out as a big ass buying opportunity. Right? Now, that depends on balls. Right? Do you have them? I think you should always, if you are in the middle of this, take a step back. If you look on the daily chart, it's a slow bleed, right? And every time we go down, we go up a little bit, people feel the hope, and then you get slapped back down again. And it starts to feel like, fuck, it's not going to work out. And hope, slap back down again. New low. We went up again, hope. And now we're back at that level. And people are really feeling like, yeah, fuck this. I don't know. Let me know. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? I want to know how you feel inside. Okay? This is what happens. We are currently in a downtrend. The thing is, you don't want to catch a falling knife because you do not know how far this could go down. Okay? It could stop here. It could stop here. It could stop here. It could stop here. We don't know. Right? Therefore, I've been saying on the channel a lot, like, hey, I'm hedged. I'm in altcoins. I have a big position in Bitcoin and in altcoins. And that sucks. But I also have a good cash position. Now, if you messed it up this cycle, please take this as a lesson for the next cycle. Always be in cash. I had some comments on the channel saying like, yeah, you should be fully in crypto because it's going up and you're not convinced enough. Yeah, if you were fully in crypto here, you rode it all the way down here, you feel terrible because some altcoins have taken a hit of 50-60%. But that's best case scenario, unfortunately. If you look at my watch list, so we go to an IMX, for example, a high cap coin, a serious coin with good development, nice products, is down 62%, right? And a lot of people are at least down this amount from their all-time highs. I just want to let you know, guys, don't compare your current portfolio to the all-time high. That's always going to suck unless we are sitting at an all-time high. But we are not. So you can also compare it to the all-time low, okay? Or you cannot compare it and just don't look at your portfolio in the first place, because what the fuck you want to look at your money being down? That doesn't make you more happy than that you are actually. So yeah, you shouldn't do that. There are coins holding up decently, right? A Chainlink, for example, compensates for a lot of stuff, right? Just down with 42%. Unfortunately, that's good. That's good, right? It's just down with 42%. So what? But yeah, if you look at certain other coins, like Prime, also a high cap coin, it is down currently with 71%. And then we're not even talking about the lower cap coins, right? There's a coin that I like a lot, Playable Games. But if you look at this from the all-time high, it is down 90%. Okay, 90%. You want to put that in perspective. If Bitcoin would be down 90% from the all-time high, then Bitcoin would currently be sitting at 6K. Okay, that's what a lot of altcoins did. They pulled off a Bitcoin to 6K. That's fucked up. But the problem is that people here in these pumps feel like it's like we're indestructible. Nothing can stop us. It's going up. It's going up forever. Fuck everybody that missed out. Everybody on YouTube says that it was going to be an alt season and they were right, and you should not take profits too soon because otherwise you miss out and you're back down again. Fuck that. It has nothing to do with quality though. And that's the terrifying thing for people. People look at a chart and say, this is bad shit. Then crypto in general is bad shit right now. There is quality in crypto, not a lot. Most of these coins are fucked up. Even my watch list, most of these coins, we do not need them. Okay, I can already tell you that. There are maybe 5 coins in crypto that we actually consider that we need, right? Need. But we don't need a playable games. We do not need an IMX, yet we invest in it. We do not need a Solana, yet we invest in it, right? And with we, I mean me as well, right? We do not need a Seedify. It's not that without Seedify projects cannot launch or anything or cannot come out. We do not need it. And that's also the reason why shit is going down so hard. Because why, if we really need something, then we wouldn't sell it off like that, right? But the problem is, we can live without these projects. Right? We can live without crypto in general, of course. But within crypto, we can live without these projects. Therefore, people sell it off that fast. And therefore, these charts are looking awful. Now, I've showed you my full crypto portfolio. The 4 part is about to come out tomorrow, something like that. But you have seen most of it. For example, Seedify is in it, right? Why? Because the chart looks like it's fucking terrible. Well, the chart is fucking terrible, right? But a terrible chart is something that I'd rather buy than a great chart, right? You can say like, well, it's all high risk right now. Seedify was way higher risk over here than over here. It's now actually lower risk. And why it's lower risk? Because it's already down that much, it has less downside. And because it's also down that much, it has also higher return. So you can say about altcoins whatever you want, but at this moment, they are lower risk, higher return. Okay? So you can listen to, I just want to fucking, to clickbait banter and listen to them saying like, when everything was up here, I'm buying, and this is like, I'm all in, and you should YOLO into this and that. And now that everything is down, you can listen to them like, yeah, you should not buy altcoins. You watch out. It's not good. It's all bad, okay? Like, I know they run a company. They make money by running a YouTube channel. They are very good at hosting a show. They have like super great talent for that. But that's how they make their money, right? When it comes to crypto, I'm sorry, but these guys they don't know shit, okay? Don't listen to that. Because why am I getting a little frustrated with that? Because people are actually getting wrecked like that, right? They make people buy here and sell here. Yeah. What do you think? Who is going to be the winner then? The people that's sold here and buy here. So, well, I don't want to be all about the conspiracies, but I wouldn't be surprised if something like that is going on over there. And to be honest, I feel like, man, there are some real freaking opportunities in the market right now. And I cannot wait for this to bottom out. Okay, I've said on the channel, for example, OXO, great project. And I bought it here. It's now lower. Oh, I so fucking suck, man. I'm so bad. You should never listen to me because it's lower now, right? This is the thing. You should be able, if you want to make it with crypto, there's no way around it. You should be able to look at your portfolio and see it being 60% down. You can feel bad about it. Of course, I feel like shit sometimes as well. You can feel bad about it. But if you cannot handle it and feel like you want to revenge trade or you want to sell and buy back lower later, then you should really take a step back, right? And really, really learn more, okay? Because that's not how it's going to work. Because you cannot time the bottom. Of course, some people might time the bottom by accident, right? At a certain point, they ignored all of this and felt like, okay, now let's get in. And that happened to be the bottom. Great, congratulations. That happens to 1 in 3 million, maybe. Overall, we can put these Fibonacci lines on it, and with this chart as well. I see it sitting at the 0.786, and like that's usually a good support level. And that could be a bottom. Then again, the golden zone is also usually very strong, right? And like the bottom could be here, could be here, could be here, could be here, right? What I just look at in these charts right now is I'm not even looking at the charts. I'm looking at other people. Why? Again, if you buy, somebody else sells. If you sell, somebody else buys. So it's player first player. What you want to do is you want to be better than the rest of the people out there. Now, most people that I hear talk about crypto, they say, I'm down 60, 70, 80%. How come? Because they bought here, right? So now that we are actually sitting like with, well, on this specific chart, 65% lower, now I feel like, okay, it's a good time to get some DCAs in, right? It's a good time to get some DCAs in. Hey, could this go down another 50%? Yeah, of course, definitely, for sure. But maybe not. And that's the thing. So therefore, I'm DCAing right now. Right? My average entry will be somewhere here then in that case. That's fine. Because do I think that most charts will go higher than this? Yeah, of course. And I want to make very clear. I saw somebody from the community as well. And he or she said like, yeah, if Bitcoin goes below 59 or 58 point something, which we are currently at, by the way, but we have to see the closes. But if we go down there, then it's over with the bull market. So, I feel like a lot of people actually believe that the bull market might be over. I want to talk about that. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that the bull market is over? Now, I can throw 100 reasons why I think it's not over. I want to give you 2 today. One is, well, the most interesting one, I give you that as at the last one. First one is what I said a lot more often. If you look at the 4-year cycle, we have the halvings every 4 years, we have the bottom every 4 years, and we have the top every 4 years. I remember in the last market when we had this extremely mind-fucking move, where we had the bottom, huge run-up, huge crash. Whoa. People here said all the time, fucking hell, this is so fucking different. This is so different right now. This is like, I don't know what to do anymore. Fuck this shit, I'm out. And it turned out to be exactly the same. We topped out in April. We went down. People said, oh, you see, it's different. And then the market was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Here, top in November. Not different, right? Everyone, and that goes for the full history of Bitcoin, right? So everyone that ever said that this time is different has not been right about it. So how wise is it to now say that this time is different just because it maybe, I don't know, suits you best? Or we have now ETFs, or we now have a top before the halving. There's always a reason why people say that this time is different, and it never is, okay? Also, just look, halving, up, halving, up, halving, up, halving. The fuck are we now going to crash? Like, not even sideways, not even up a little bit, but no, down? I don't know. I don't know. And it's every time around the halving where we see big volatility. Right here, before the halving, within Bitcoin, a 30% move down. Here, around the halving, we had the Bitcoin chart doing a 40% move down. Here, around the halving, we had Bitcoin, it depends on where you want to take it, down 60%, right? Here, now we are around the halving and Bitcoin is down with 18%. 18, okay? 18%. 20 by now, by the way. So, is that different? I don't think so. Also, why do I think that the bull market is not over? Well, very simple. Look at this chart. And let me put it on the weekly. What do we have? We have a low, we have a higher low, we have a higher low, we have a higher low. Right? We have a high, a higher high. It's technically higher high, higher high, higher high. Do we call that an uptrend or a downtrend? I just want to make it so clear. Like, I get the emotions in the market. I experience them as well. But let's not focus on these emotions. Let's focus on what the charts are actually saying. And then we find our ways to calm the fuck down. Okay? So even if Bitcoin goes to, let's say, 43K, something like that, right? That's technically still a higher low, right? So although, if that happens, right, which it very well could, it could, definitely. I'm not saying it will, but it could. But if that happens, I can guarantee you, the people that are still in crypto by then, they are like fully bearish. Capo turned bullish. So this is likely to happen right now, right? But the people that are still in crypto by then, they will be completely bearish. They will be panicking and there will be FUD all over the place. It's not coming back, blah, 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 whatever the reason is going to be. But it's still an uptrend. It's still a higher low, right? And even if we break below it, fuck that. Fuck that. But if you look at the, check out the bull market in 2007. Like, what kind of drawdown would that be if we go from the top until that 43K? That's around a 43% correction. Okay. Look at this market right here. I just take a random correction, right? What's that? 40%. Interesting. What's this correction? 34%. What's this correction? 40%. What's this correction? 38%. Right? And even if we take like this correction right here, 48%. Right? So if that happens, and we are far from that still, it's so freaking common. It's so common, actually. Right? So this video is actually meant to, if you are freaking out, then you are looking at the short term. And I get that, because losing a lot of money sucks. Definitely. I cannot deny that. I rather have seen my money go up as well. But if you actually look at the long term, at these charts, then you should have no reason to be concerned whatsoever. Also realize, guys, Bitcoin is going up since it existed. And now all of a sudden it's going to do this. Then where is all that outflow coming from? Because the last time I've checked, the ETFs made sure that there are more inflows than outflows. Plus, there's absolutely no retail in the market at the moment. The retail is so low at the moment, right? So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Shorter term, does the chart look good? No, of course not. It's fucking awful. The chart looks awful, okay? Now, altcoins, luckily, are holding up a little bit, right? Holding up a little bit. Why? Well, the Bitcoin dominance is not really going up. The last time we had a big Bitcoin, I mean, let's also place it a little in perspective right here. Bitcoin had a drawdown of 19%, right? It's like, it's whatever you define as big. But the last time we've seen that, we saw the Bitcoin dominance go up. Now the Bitcoin dominance is going down, right? So at least altcoins so far are being a little spared, right? Nevertheless, on the dollar pair, they just go with Bitcoin, right? It's not looking that fine. Now, what I am looking at for altcoins is, again, that's the reason why I am half cash, half crypto, because this looks like a pretty decent support level so far, right? So we could bounce, but if we break, yeah, then I can see low prices, right? And I can put the Fibonacci on it and this and that. But if I just really look at the big support levels for altcoins, that's this right here. That's 165 billion and 135 billion. Now, to put that a little in perspective, first target is down 22% from here. Second target is down 37% from here. What have we seen so far? 42%. Right, so if we get to this second target, that would be almost the same drop from this point as what we have seen from the top until where we are right now. So if you lost 70%, be prepared to lose another 70. That's kind of what I'm saying right here, right? If we get there, right? That's the thing. And that's what's going to make us so fucking wealthy, okay? I want to be very clear about that. I said this a couple of weeks before. I hope you listened. This is actually financial advice. Get a job. All right, get a job. Guys, please make sure to make money, right? Don't let it depend on crypto, but make money, okay? Make money. get a job, work in a fucking McDonald's. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? As long as you are making money, you're doing something. Because what if, which is very likely. Well, not likely. Well, what if we first do this and then just go on with the bull market? Huh? Imagine that we get a bull market in the post-halving year. Well, that never happened before. That always happens, right? So what if we do that? You will slap yourself on your head if you did not have the money and the balls. Of course, we should not forget about the topic of the video. To buy here, right? And again, you don't have to try the time the bottom, but this area would be nice, right? Because if you would have bought here, holy shit. You know what a difference that could make in your portfolio, guys. Right? Because I'm pretty sure the altcoin market gets to around maybe 1 trillion or something like that, right? That's like from the all-time high, that's 2x. Right now, compare all the previous all-time highs to each other. They are diminishing, but goddamn, the last one was 6.5x. So 2x, I think that's pretty, like, not even too bullish, right? So let's say we go to 1 trillion. If we get there from here, it's nice, right? We are sitting at a, let's say, 370% gain. Right, which is more on your portfolio because this does not track everything outside of the top 125. So that's going to be a lot more than that. But 370%. What if we get to this target and then go there? That's 670%. You see the huge difference and you see the major benefits that you can get from that. That's a almost 8x. 8x. Right? What have we seen so far? A 5x. Right? From the absolute bottom to the absolute top. That 5x from the bottom to the top, let's take a coin that has some history, C5 for example, right? That 5x, what we have seen on an actual altcoin overall was a 10x, 11x in this case. So could we see, if we go to this level, a lot of altcoins do 15, 20x's? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Okay? And I don't want to be the person that didn't benefit from that, because here I was saying like, oh, this time is different. I'm scared. I don't have balls. I didn't buy and now I missed out. And now I'm buying the top and now I'm getting wrecked. That's how people lose with crypto. Again, player versus player. These are the people that you're playing against. It's not so hard to win, right? The only thing that you have to do, 2 things: shut down your emotions, okay? Don't have emotions. Take some weird medicine. I don't know. Don't let your emotions come into play. And have patience, all right? No emotions, patience. That's all you need to make a fuck ton of money. Isn't that the most easy way, legally, to make money? I think so. I think so. So what could happen now in the meantime? That's what I said. I don't know, right? I expect this chart eventually to break down, but it just takes very long, right? But I remember saying it over here as well. Like, guys, I'm taking some profits because it's overheated. Some, levels weren't tested yet, retested yet. And I felt like I was the only one in the fucking world saying that, and everybody thought I was crazy. But as you can see, the more time goes by, eventually you will get there, right? But from this point until here, it's March, April, May, June, July. It took 4 months, right? It could be the rest of the summer for us to go down really hard. My personal expectation is that we will go sideways / down for the at least next 2 months, but maybe even more, and then start to maybe really see some interesting stuff happening. Why do I say that? Well, let me show you this. It's very interesting to look at it like that. If you look at, right, I'm just looking at the cycle because that's the only thing that you can go off. If you look at the news that we have this time, you're getting wrecked. Because believe me, we had some weird ass fucking news over here as well. Good news, bad news. Guys, for fuck's sake, we had a worldwide pandemic. The whole world changed by that. The whole world changed. Okay? And still the cycle wasn't affected at the end of the day. So I don't fucking care about news. Actually, I look at the cycles. Okay? If a world-changing pandemic cannot even change the cycle, then come on, right? So if you look at how Bitcoin, for example, moves after the halving, you can see that the halving is here, and it just goes sideways for a long time. And the green line is where we are right now. We're not doing much different, right? We're a little below both previous cycles, but I mean, it's pretty much on average here. We were way above the cycle in 2016, for example. So we are moving quite average. And this could go on for, well, until we really start going up around 150 days, something like that, right? So if you look at Bitcoin and you go look 150 days from the halving, give me that freaking halving already. Thank you. And you take it 150 days out, right? Where does it take us? It takes us to September. So this is not like a magical prediction tool like, hey, in September we go up. But if you just look at the average moves, then it could be very average. It could be that we just, you know, at least don't go up until September. We can go down really hard. We can go up really hard again. Overall, sideways, name of the game, I guess. We could retest this level of 50, 53K, something like that. Whatever. But that's short-term stuff, right? At the long term, it doesn't mean much. It does not mean much. It means we're getting a nice reset. We're getting the people out of crypto that are not supposed to be here, that don't believe in all this stuff anyway. We're getting all the momentum indicators nicely at the bottom again. And then we can get the news that you can thanks, right? Like then we get like, oh, thank you, Trump. You started the bull run. Fuck that, right? Like whatever you want to use as an excuse to get a bull run anyway, we will get it. And then we can start to go up, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, right? Because if you look how it behaves, halving, sideways, up, right? Nice, like diagonal, not like vertical, not horizontal, just like diagonal up, right? So I cannot look at this and be like, yeah, we're just gonna do this. What the fuck? Why? Right? If anything, you want to talk about narratives, we have ETFs right now. We have a presidential election, which is pro-crypto. We have potential rate cuts coming up. We have the inflation rates getting better. We have the Fed that's going to print money again. Why the fuck would we not go up, right? And apart from that, again, is the cycle. Super simple. But whatever happens in the meantime is going to freak people out. So that could happen. So if Bitcoin is going up maybe in around September, something like that, then what do you expect altcoins to do? Well, nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too spectacular to the upside, at least, right? Because if you also look at altcoins, again, what did altcoins do if you overlay Bitcoin? Right, so let's overlay Bitcoin on this biatch. Sorry, I'm always more excited in times where the market is going down than up. Because this is where the opportunities are, right? This is where the opportunities are. I know that once the market goes up again, you know, Banta comes out and be like, oh, you buy these altcoins. No, fuck you guys. You should buy these altcoins when they're low. That's how you profit from a market that's up. Not like, whatever. Okay, if they like, okay, whatever. But if you look what altcoins do, well, for example, here Bitcoin broke its all-time high, right? This is where Bitcoin broke its all-time high. And that's where altcoins started to go up and get to their all-time high, right? And here they finally broke their all-time high. Yeah, that's where Bitcoin was sitting at 40K compared to the 20K all-time high. So here, for example, Bitcoin beats its all-time high by a 2x, and that's finally when altcoins started to make new all-time highs, right? So we can all look at our altcoin bags and be like, oh, go up, give me an alt season. Blah, 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 blah. Truth is, in this kind of market, altcoins are terrible. They will get you absolutely freaking wrecked. It's of course worth the risk if you are in good altcoins, because you do not know exactly when the market is going to turn around, and therefore it's a good idea to be hedged, but not fully, because in the meantime, if the sentiment like it is right now, the bearish sentiment wouldn't be that bad if people were not in altcoins. Of course not. Because what did Bitcoin actually do? This small bump right here, this small meh, that's not that interesting. That's not what got people wrecked. No, people got wrecked because they were in altcoins that are down like 80%. Like I said earlier, there is just actually 1 year that's really beneficial for altcoins. And that's the post-halving year, right? In a bear market year, you don't want to be in anything. In the year after, like you want to start DCAing Bitcoin. In the year that comes after that, you want to mainly be in Bitcoin still, because Bitcoin outperforms altcoins. Altcoins go up on the dollar pair that year, like we have seen right now, but not as hard as Bitcoin. So why take more risk for lower reward? That doesn't make sense. So still want to be in Bitcoin. That's the halving year. And then we have the post-halving year. And that's so far always where altcoins outperform Bitcoin. And that's where you really want to be in altcoins, right? Now, that's not the year that you want to buy altcoins, because that's too late, right? Are you now too late buying altcoins? Bro, you're right on time, okay? I know a lot of people felt like I missed out on altcoins, because a lot of altcoins, they had this run right here. Then again, if you look at this run, these runs are all getting retraced. And I have an example right here of one of the stronger altcoins, right? CDFI is a relative strong altcoin. If you look at some altcoins, they're down way harder. Or some altcoins, they make new lows since like a long time, right? So, but people felt like they missed out right here. On the other hand, if you look at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, therefore I said there's a year that you want to be out of the market and there's a year that you want to be in Bitcoin. Because if you look at IMX, for example, it's sitting at the lows, right? Okay, you have a wick right here, but it's sitting at the lows, right? And a lot of altcoins are sitting at new lows. Trader Joe, it's not even a shitcoin, right? Let alone if you take a blockchain bets, for example. At a hard run, it's sitting at new lows. A lot of altcoins are sitting at new lows. Engine starter, new lows. Way newer lows as well. So, for the next cycle, please learn that even if altcoins run, it doesn't necessarily mean that you missed out, right? Because if you were hedged with Bitcoin, you can now use that Bitcoin and buy some pretty fucking lows right there, right? So that's the thing. Now, this is, based on the 4-year cycle, which is so far fully intact. So that's what I'm playing. We should see a alt season. I want to say big alt season, but we will just see an alt season next year, right? So when is the time to be in these altcoins? Well, this year, right? You can start buying it when the alt season begins, but then you're a little too late, maybe. The question is, are you now maybe too early? Right, because and that depends, I think, on the specific altcoin. Because, like, for example, with an engine starter, yeah, this is too early, right? Because it is in a free fall. It is, it's in price discovery to the downside, right? So you could have bought it over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, and that's all nice. But in the meantime, from this low already, you're already down 60%. Right? So this is in a free fall. This could go here, 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 here. Doesn't matter. Maybe it bounced here. That's the thing. We don't know. Right? We don't know. You can, of course, chart it and be like, hey, I'll put the Fibonacci tool over it. Where could it go? Where the fuck is that line? Here? No, I don't know. But that's free fall. So with these kind of altcoins, you want to be very careful. If they make new lows against Bitcoin, you just don't want to touch them actually, and just want to see like, hey, how low can you go and can you recover? And if yes, only then you want to get in, right? So you want to see where it goes. If it gets into an accumulation phase, that's where you buy, right? And then it can go up. Most charts, they don't do this, right? So don't worry about missing out. And even if it does, you can always buy here, right? The risk reward is better, but the price entries are the same. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about missing out. That's the thing. FOMO is not. We don't need FOMO. Okay. Therefore, call the Fomo Factory. FOMO is not a bad thing though, but it depends on how you handle it. But these altcoins you don't want to buy. If you look at altcoins on the Bitcoin pair, which are holding up a lot better, like Prime, for example, you can at least say like, hey, where are the major support zones sitting, right? And that's the big one is here, give or take, right? So in this case, Prime can go down maybe 40% against Bitcoin. It could, right? I'm not saying it will, but this is what I would look at as a major resistance level. And it sounds like, well, it's so far. Remember, it's already down 67%, you know? So it went down with 40%. And from that point, it went down with another 40%. And so far, we are down with another 10%, right? So what's another 40%, right? So you want to look at that kind of stuff. AVAX, for example, if you look at AVAX on its Bitcoin pair, you have a little history right here, right? If you look at this, it's not holding, it's not looking great or anything, but at least it has some, you know, it's holding it here, it's holding it here. Now it's well on the way to get back down there again. So that might be a nice, interesting level to stack up on AVAX, right? If you want to gamble into altcoins, could always go lower, but hey, if not buying here, then where, right? So don't be too late, but also don't be too early, right? It's better to be too late than too early even. But yeah, no, I mean, again, if we look at the market right now, guys, it's just in a free fall. It's in a free fall. And the sentiment is just all over the place. The sentiment is all over the place. And don't let the sentiment get to you, right? There are people calling for bear markets right now. I call these people complete idiots, right? Why? Again, because they are being led by their emotions. Fully. It's going down, so it's a bear market, right? It's not going up again. This time is different. 4-year cycle's broken. Everything is going to shit. The earth is flat. Whatever the fuck. I'd like that. That's the sentiment right now. Stupid. Doesn't make any fucking sense, right? If you look at the people that are in crypto, I mean, it's again, right? Every time some people are watching and then be like, oh, there's nothing to see right here. Okay, bye. And now it was like, oh, let's see what's going on. Oh, nothing, bye. And it's now again finding a way down, which looks quite similar to what we have seen over here, where Bitcoin rallied with 350%, just like it did right now, basically. And people were watching, and the price is going down, and the sentiment is going down as well. And it's trying to form a bottom right here, and that's kind of what we're seeing. The price going down, sentiment is trying to go going down, and you can say whatever you want, but was that not the best opportunity, you know, after the real bottom to buy? It was. Like, I don't get it, man. People always say like, oh, I missed the bottom, what the fuck, it's so manipulated, beep, 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 and it's not good, and they missed out. And then you get a fucking second chance and you don't have balls. God damn it. Don't mess it up, guys. Don't mess it up. So again, another preaching video, I know. You're getting sick and tired of these way too long videos where I just, you know, are ranting against people that are screaming for a bear market and are scared and get emotions at crypto banter, etc., etc. But I feel like this is, you know, if we are going to make it, we need to be a little tough on ourselves. Like, yes, it sucks. We are allowed to feel bad about it, but we are also allowed to look at the history, look at the charts, look at the macro, and use our fucking brains and basically be like, guys, like, buying opportunities, right? What, like, without, like, people that made money in crypto, right? That made money here. How did they make money? By buying here, right? So how is this a bad thing? I rest my case. Thanks for watching. That's it for today. Guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. Let me know, are you scared or are you not scared, and why or why not? See you soon.